And it's up to the individual to say, you know what, this is what I'm into. Some people just naturally gifted. Some people just have the templates already in place, and they just start plugging in the templates so they can make music, because music is just everything's so digitized now.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the crazy part. Like, you used to have to play all these instruments to put them into a MPC and everything and sample it. Now all of these things are like presets now. They're preset toolkits and things. So you don't have to. You just press a button and everything's there. But from what I learned from you guys and everything, even though this shit could be preset, it still doesn't sound the same, or it doesn't have that hit when you use certain instruments. So you still have to revert to using certain older sounds, older versions of what a sound is, a software or whatever.
So I had like a thing where it's like, if I'm gonna sample something, I'm intentionally like manipulating a pre-made, somebody previously made sound. So I'm gonna manipulate it. If I'm gonna go with the loop, I'm gonna go with the loop. But if I'm gonna chop it down, I'm deconstructing it to these small little pieces and kind of like rearranging things. But ultimately, like what I did with One More, I decided, you said what you wanted to do out the organ. I was like, you know what? I hear what he's saying on that, but I want to give it a different bounce. Because I know what the original sounded like. The original sounded real rigid. It didn't have no ebbs and flows and no melodic ebbs and flows. I said, you know what? I'm going to lay some keys. You know what I'm saying? And I sat at the computer, and I was just listening to it. Shut that off. Turned around, got to my motif, and I just started playing these chords. I'm like, okay, put the song back on, put the chords over there. All right, that don't sound right. Let me change these chords. I started listening to what the key group was of the vocals, and I started saying, all right, this is the key group the actual vocals are in, so I'm going to play in that key group. Now that sounds too rigid. Let me go off that key group by 2 semitones. All right, that sounds dope. All right, let me do this. All right, I'm gonna go back and change the drums now because the drum's too trappy. I'm gonna go back and change, you know what I'm saying? I took the hi-hats out. I kind of took the snare rolls out here, and I still kept the 808, but I used the 808 as an accent as opposed to as a feature.
Okay.
Shit like
when
that.
I heard it, I was like, okay, way better. Because what we had originally was like, huh?
I wanted to give it a vibe.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, originally, it was just like some boom, 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 boom.
All you doing is rocking.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. But it was still so much missing. You like, this ain't gonna catch.
Right.
This ain't gonna catch.
I wanted to like, well, I'm gonna give it like at least a church feel without it being too churchy. You know what I'm saying? Keep the hip hop in it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I kind of lean more into the pianos. Like the organ is in the background, but I wanted to make because I was thinking about like when I used to go to church as a kid, like the lady on the piano used to go nuts. You know
I used to love that, man. The organ and the piano. Yeah. That was, you know.
But yeah, it's I think what it comes down to is like what your thought process creatively comes.
Yeah.
How it all how those things communicate with each other. Like you saying what your thoughts were on it, I was like, dude, he's fucking right.
I'm like, yo, don't release that until we need layers to that. We need layers to it. Like it's obvious when you hear the song, you going, yo, no, don't put that out without no layers.
And then with the layers, now when the beat drops out under certain phrases, it just sounds whole. You know what I'm saying? Because there was so much empty space when the beat dropped out under certain bars and words. But now it's like, at least, you know what I'm saying, you can still hear like the ring of the piano note, shit like that. And there, you know what I'm saying, your words still sit in that pocket, you know? And what I added as far as like the accents, like I did little accents with the sample where it stuttered here and there and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And what else did I do? Like the little bridge, I created like a little bridge between my verse, the hook, and your verse, where I added like the lady from the usher board complaining about people balling up their money, putting it in a collection plate. Shit like that. Just add, you know what I'm saying, add some featured entertainment value to the song. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Stuff people talk about. You know what I'm saying? Just being on the creative, productive side of it. Yeah. I don't think a lot of artists have that mind when they make music now. Everything's about like, let me make my version of the last time somebody made a hit. As opposed to saying, let me do something that speaks to the.
Let me do my version of the Migos.
You know what I mean?
Let me do my version of 21.
Exactly. And like I'm gonna keep doing this critical mass shit. That's all I'm gonna do. This is the critical mass signature I'm about to get y'all.
This is what we're going to do. We will not be following anybody. We do not follow. We set our own trends. We set our own path and our own lane, and we stick to that.
Our music has a distinct sound.
Man, oh man, man, oh man.
That's what make putting these projects together so dope. Even though it's a long time coming and it's almost done now, it's a long time coming. But it's one of them things where I gotta be meticulous in the process, because if I don't feel like I'm meeting the bar that we previously set, I feel like I'm bullshitting.
And here's the thing: in the process of you guys doing it, we're all competitive.
Yeah,
we're all competitive. But the thing ain't. I'm being competitive because I know I have to keep up with you guys, but I'm not, there's no like real jealousy or disdain that my guy.
Yeah, I feel like this nigga just shit on me. Let me find, you know what? I'm gonna let him have that one. But the next song, because nothing will ever get done if I let my ego get involved.
No, because if you do it, then I gotta go back and do it.
Exactly. We just gonna then now we just battling over this beat.
And we have songs like that already, so that'll be a never ending tale.
Man, that's